We can do it!
Earth shatters, heaven trembles!
Stars, shine for the heroes. Memories
Robin
waiting
is
to be
peak.
woken up by a shooting
Yeah,
star.
she looks quite
Remember
nice.
me with love. May world-bearing ignite the dawn. Don't blink. May you fulfill love's promise with me. Meeting destruction with me.
Soaring above the lands, this is permanence!
I mean, I already posted it on my community post a few days ago, no? It was already leaked that they'd have summer-based design.
Quench the flames of blood. Rend it with strife. The sun will tear the sky. Quench the flames of blood.
Hello.
Her agony. Hail the new dawn. Quench the flames of blood. Is that all? Rend it with strife.
I knew Robin would not really replace Castorus. It wouldn't. I mean, she's literally never been leaked as a main DPS to begin with.
Hail the new dawn.
It was always that she's a supportive slash sub DPS role.
Blood.
That's why I kept trying to tell people in my chat that we're trying to insist that she's a main DPS, that it's not going to happen. So the best team is probably with Evernight at this point, if I had to guess, given what the leakers have said. But Beta is also pretty close at this point, I think. How much time is left? Yeah, we're like basically a little over 2 weeks away from the next beta, probably. It's likely for Robin to be a DPS? No, it's not. That's just your own headcanon, for whatever reason. Remembrance already has multiple DPSs, and what they need is more so an RMC replacement, not a DPS replacement. I don't remember a DPS having the ability to give allies action, advance, and buffs. Remembrance only has one DPS that can use Evernight's buffs. Summer. Please, dude. Stop. I'm not gonna deal with this, man. Like, just stop the rage bait. Any Memo DPS, any Memo character can take advantage of Evernight's buffs.
We can do it!
Mountains move, krakens rise.
Stars, shine for the heroes. Memories waiting to be woken up by a shooting star. Remember me with love. May world-bearing ignite the dawn. Don't blink. May you fulfill love's promise with me. Cleanse hatred with love.
Soaring above the lands, this is permanence!
Summer, I'm going to time you out. Last warning. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm not trying to entertain this shit.
Quench the flames of blood. Rend it with strife.
I'm just expressing my opinion. This is like the 4th time that we've brought this topic up. You've been proven wrong and you just keep repeating yourself. That's not expressing your opinion. That's just continuously being stubbornly wrong. despite being disproven.
Tear the sky. Quench the flames of blood. Is that all? Branded with strife. Hail the new dawn. All stars burn to ash. Sun tear the sky. Quench the flames of blood. Is that all? Her agony. Hail the new dawn.
There's a new map in 4.5. It's a new planet. Astropolis. It's summer themed because it's a vacation resort. Doom posting. I mean, who cares, dude? Like, genuinely, fuck the HSR community. This happened. Okay, not like generally, but like every single time an SP comes out, it's the same thing that happens. Oh, this could have been a skin. Barely anything changed. This shit fucking blows. They're just trying to steal our money. And then when the character is actually officially out, oh my god, why can't this character be like Evernight, who we shit on before? Why can't this character be like Emblade, who we were also shitting on when he first got drip marketed for not being that much different? You know? It's like an endless cycle with the HSR community. Constant switch ups. People didn't shit on Evernight. Oh my god, that is some insane revisionism. People were shitting on Evernight when she got drip. Bro, when her design got leaked pre her drip by like some, like, people were calling it an AI generated design and that it ruined March for them. They were like, no way this shit is real. It looks too much like Acheron. They were shitting on Dan Heng. I do agree. Yeah, Dan Heng was getting shit on more. And then, but also it's like Dan Heng doesn't even get hated on for his SP either. In fact, I see more glaze these days about his SP. Once again, the switch up, because they're like, oh, at least he got a new model. You know, he got a new model, so that's what makes it different. Like, it's just constantly switching up on these characters for people. I will say, I think in specific, Avin's SP design, if he truly is meant for the Fua team, is hilarious. Like, you have two of some of the edgiest characters in the entirety of this game who suffer from, like, immortality issues. And then you have Avin with a beach outfit. uh. Yeah, I find it really funny. I really don't hate it. I find it more amusing that way, to be honest. Uh, Robin skip if no Aggie buff. I mean, I don't know how reliable those like semi-reliable leaks are, Verly, but I'm pretty sure the ones a while back were saying stuff like Robin SP is a max HP scaler with a little bit of damage but is mainly a buffer and can give action advance when allies take enough frequent actions. So like that sounds like it'd work with Aglaya, no? Aglaya's pretty speedy. Maybe even the joint attack counts as 2 actions since she uses her memo sprite. Something like that. Robin SP plus Sunday was called a great buff for Aglaya. I don't remember that, but maybe that is real. I wouldn't be surprised. Nova Sunday plus Robin SP. Robin SP design is peak because McDonald's bird. Oh yeah, I realized that. One of the birds has like McDonald's fries. Yum. I didn't expect the 3 fat birds. We have more fat fucks now. It would suck if these characters are locked to summer only. Why would they lock them to summer only? It's not like some special time event. It's just that that's what the outfits are based on. Apparently Hyacinth might rerun with Robin. I mean, that's not that surprising. She's leaked as a mono-rem, more specifically Evernight after sales. She has to have synergy with Hyacinth. She's likely a max HP scaler herself. So typically characters like this are locked to the summer season. I just doubt it. Like, I don't think HSR, like respectfully, maybe in other games, HSR's power creep is way too bad to lock characters to their next rerun that's a year later. It just doesn't work. Your dog saying he loves Robin? I mean, Robin's outfit is definitely... Okay, like, I will say one thing. You can tell the effort put into the drip for Robin is like 2 to 3 times as much as the effort put into Avin's drip. You know, that is kind of just first character of the patch things. First character of the patch treatment, but it's kind of obvious. Who said Nova Flares were in 4.5? No one. I've always said I'm assuming it's 4.6. I feel they're just gonna add a summer vibe to her old song. Maybe. Aventurine is surfing and the elation skill. Is that just like what you're hoping for? Is it worth to get E2 M-Blade rerun? Depends on your account, man, and what you're going after. There's an animation in the full drip market. Let's see. I don't see it.
I will walk to the end with all your wills.
Oh, let's see. Oh, wow. Yeah, that likely is an in-combat animation. He is surfing. Oh my god, the contrast between this guy and Ashblade is actually so real. Actually, to be honest, that might not be an in-game animation. We'll see, though. Maybe it is. I mean, I don't care about what CN thinks, man. I've never cared about. I've never been one of those people that start bringing up CN opinions. I have my own opinions. I'm just gonna enjoy the game how I like it. I mean, CN opinions are saying that Himiko is a brick and that she has no future, and that she's the most trash upcoming DPS in the game. Like, they're all biased. Summer, I'm going to time you out. I swear to God, man. Just my opinion based on her performance, brother. Her performance is outdoing almost every fucking team in the game. Like, oh my God. What is this shit, man? Aventurine doesn't work with other Elation characters? Don't know. Through one of the semi-reliable leakers, who originally leaked that Avon would be Elation and for the Fua team, he said that Avon could possibly have two modes. One that allows him to be played in Elation with Yao Guang, and then the other one would be his synergy with the Fua team. So you could go either way, I guess. Well, yeah, obviously, Baron. That's why I'm on the verge of banning people who continue to be like this. Like, for example, everybody was talking about it in the last stream, how much more calm it was. And that's because there was no one in my chat thinking they were funny by saying dumb shit. You know? Like, it's nice to just have normal conversations with the chat, but, like, people think they're funny by just constantly rage baiting and agenda pushing in my chat. And they take my leniency for granted. We do be funny. I don't find almost anything that is said in my chat funny. That is trying to get a reaction out of me. It just frustrates me and makes me less motivated to stream. That's why I took yesterday off. Can't believe I had to swipe battle pass for a blade Lycone for Himiko. Damn. Tough. Been there. I tried to do monthly pass and battle pass on this account to try and get E2 Emblade just for me to lose the 50-50. I mean, the thing with a skin is, it goes both ways. A skin costs strictly premium currency. So, fans of an old main would be angry if they were mainly free-to-play players, because they wouldn't be able to get the skin for their main. But, although Robin SP could have been a skin, you now have a new character with a new kit on a new team with new animations, and there's no premium currency required, meaning anyone can attain them. It just depends on what you care about. Of course, people would have just preferred like an old Robin Nova, but an old Robin Nova would have never gotten into the REM team to begin with. And if she truly is an upscale for the Evernight mono REM team, then this also gives value to Evernight and Hyacine again. And it makes people less scared of like, oh, you know, version 4 power creep. I don't know if I want to invest in a version 3 DPS even if they're Evernight. Now they'd be like, yeah, why not? Because you have Robin to upscale it. They can be free skins too, it's just lazy. I mean, using this logic, every game out there is lazy. Because they don't make a shit ton of free things for their player base. Like, you can just spam this, you know? Oh, they're lazy because they don't give more free buffs, or they don't do more Nova Flares, or they don't make characters as good at their base in comparison to Eidolons. They should give out more skins for free. They should give more like, you can go on and on with things that, like, should be that way, but like it's a gacha company, you know? And it's Hoyo of all things. To be honest, I'm surprised HSR even gives the free 5 stars it does, considering the fact that they could have given no free 5 stars and continued making more money off of this game. I'm not a fan of summer skins. I haven't really played a gacha before that's had summer skins ever before, which makes this first time experience honestly not that bad. Because it's my first time experiencing it, and I have no problem with a first time experience. Also, isn't it possible that they just released like paid skins for a different design for them in the future? Because if I remember correctly, the leakers were saying like Sparksy gets a skin in 4.4 and Evanescence and Hyacine get a skin in 4.5. The game's ramping up their skin releases all of a sudden. So Avin and Robin could get their own as well after a few patches.
This is ridiculous. How come I keep bumping into Polly?
Yeah, like it's not just a new skin. Like these characters have completely different animations, different kits, different teams. Like SPs have significantly put more effort put into them than a skin in my opinion. Like honestly, I prefer SPs much more than skins in this game. Cause like yeah, you can give Avin this summer skin, but like no offense, until old Avin gets a Nova, I wouldn't use him on literally any of my fucking accounts because the guy is just washed. You know? Like I'd much prefer them just make an SP at least. They could have done 10 times more interesting things with Avin and Robin. Yeah, but people say this every time a new SP comes out, which is why I don't like care. You know, at least personally. You can have your own opinion, but people just do this shit every time a new SP comes out. It's the same opinion. Oh, it's just recycled. They barely changed anything. They could have done so much more. Like, I get it, but like, it's like not every character is going to get an Evernight-esque SP, you know, where the personality changes, the color changes, like everything about the character changes to the max. Theoretically, they could do both skin plus SP, but Hoyo almost never does that. Well, they're doing it now with Sparksy. They made Sparkle, then made Sparksy SP. Now apparently Sparksy skin is in the next patch. So that's my point. Like they're starting to release skins a lot more often, according to the leakers. Yeah, like Astropolis is literally called like a summer vacation. It's like a resort almost. Like, you see sand, you see beaches, you see pools. Like, what the fuck type of, like, edgy ass power up is Avin supposed to get in this place? You know? Sand powers? Oh, so basically Avin becomes Gaara? Just collab with Naruto and give us Gaara. Make him a pirate or some shit? Oh, yeah. So he can conquer the 7 beaches of Astropolis. Maybe when we get to Lusaka, we can get a pirate. But I don't know about Astropolis. Shark Girl in Lusaka? I wish. What do you think about their design? I do like Robin's more than Avin's. It feels like they put more effort into Robin, but that's just kind of how it goes when you're like made for a REM team, I guess. So I like Robin's a little more than Avin's, but Avin's, depending on the animations, might be more interesting to me in comparison to Robin, because we don't really know how the full animations look yet. I just can't see Avin as a surfer personally. I can definitely see it, not gonna lie. To be honest, like, Avin is one of the best fitting elation characters in my opinion. Because he really just does kind of chase joy and happiness. And Gamba. It would be funny if E0 Robin is good enough to Mog Cyrene out of Cassie team. I mean, that's... I mean, I guess for Cassie mains that might matter a lot, but... I wouldn't... All I'm gonna say is, I wouldn't be surprised if, although the new strongest Mono Rem team is definitely Evernight main DPS with Robin, that she's also an upscale for Cassie over Cyrene. I mean, we're already seeing it. Like, no offense to Cyrene, but, like, she's already going blow for blow with M-Blade, who is the quote-unquote generalist of this version, right? Like, he's not even Rem. He's not even built for Rem teams. He just has strong debuffs, and he's a max HP scaler with some attack spam. So Robin could definitely be better than M-Blade, considering she's made for the Remembrance team. W, no offense. I mean, like, I have an E2 Cassie, but like, what's the point in coping, bro? Cassie does not value action advance anywhere near as much as Evernight does. So when you give her like an upgrade to RMC, with actual vertical investment and consistent action advance and better buffs, I mean, like, what do you even do anymore, bro? Like, she's just the most obvious Evernight upscale I've ever seen in my life. At least with, like, the pre-beta information that we have through leakers. Skipping Cyrene equals 200 IQ. I mean, I warned people, man. Like, I tried to warn them. Just, unless you're Phanon. Unless you're Phanon. Try to ignore it. Ugh. I would be ecstatic if, like, the Mono Rem team replacing Cyrene with Robin could still be really close to Evernight main DPS Mono Rem with RMC and Robin. I would be, like, over the moon because I'd still have uses for my E2 Cassie. Nobody is going to pull Robin and Avon skins when their characters are this washed. No offense. Like, I feel like any genuine main of Aventurine and Robin should be happier that it's an SP because it's unlikely that either Avon or Robin, their old versions, are getting Novas anytime soon. They gave Firefly a skin? Yeah, because they planned on Nova Flaring's Firefly and then sold Dahlia for her. Brother, old Robin and old Avon aren't going to get Nova Flares plus new teammates for them. I don't know how to tell you this. They aren't getting that treatment. They gave Ruan May and Preservation March a skin too. Do you not realize that they gave skins for those two because one is the highest owned limited in the game and the other is the highest owned 4-star in the game? Like, that was just like a throwaway. Like, you're just nitpicking legit the first skins that ever released in this game. Who uses them as an endgame? They just used them to tease the fact that they were going to start releasing skins finally. Not to actually try and make good money off of it. Bro, Ruan May's skin was given for free. They were both given for free. They don't cost anything. Why do you think that is? It was just to tease the fact that they were going to start releasing more skins more often in the future. And sell more skins. Robin SP. Oh my god, just like, oh my god, man. Like, when will you realize not everything is going to be tailor-made for you specifically? This game goes to where the majority people stand. And the majority people stand as Avon and Robin mains that they prefer an SP over skins. That's just how it is. Most mains of an HSR character want their character to be meta with a new kit and a new team again, instead of being left on the fucking back line and getting a skin 2 years later. Exactly. Like, you could apply this to every SP. Oh my god, Emblade could have been a skin. Evernight could have been a skin. Every SP can technically be a skin. Every gacha SP can be a skin. Like, there's no point in trying to go through that. You're playing Honkai. The Honkai series. There's like fucking 3 or 4 Elysias in high third. What do you expect? It's different. It isn't. Not every SP needs to be a massive power-up. Also, how do you know that Robin and Avon aren't going to get stronger through the story, despite their fucking outfits? You don't. Like, oh my god, man. People need to understand that SPs don't have to be this fucking emanator level power up every time someone gets an SP. SPs are mainly decided around just story relevance. If you have like high amount of story relevance for like one or a couple patches, your chance of getting a Nova Flare slash SP absolutely skyrockets. You don't need to become an Eon. You don't need some backstory that you descended from fucking Iron Tomb to be able to get a character slash SP, you know? Like, that's not how it works, man. People want every SP to be Evernight. That's literally what I said earlier. Like, they just expect every SP to be Evernight, where, like, the character's completely different, right? Like, you go from, oh, hey, how are you doing? You're, can I get your phone number? Personality type to, yo, what's good? Yo, I'm such a badass. I want to kill everybody. Like, bro, you're not gonna get that. It's the same fucking character. Avon main and I'm happy as hell. That's what I'm saying. Like, the mains of these characters are probably more ecstatic than the people complaining about it without even being mains of these characters. Because they're finally getting, like, an SP. Their character's meta again. New kit, new team. They're back in the game, you know? They wasted a cool power-up for beach episodes. Why does everything need to be a cool power-up that makes you a god? That why? Like, why? Like, why can't you just have a one-off thing? Avon's literally elation. This literally fits in his... They're clearly doing this on purpose. They're putting him with 2 of the edgiest characters in the entire game as a gambler who plays on the beach. Like, it's obviously purposeful. And Robin's is just to sell her towards the fucking Remembrance team. Here comes the if you don't like it, delete the game. I mean, it's like, I'm not one to say that. But once again, I don't understand people who think that every single new character that this game releases needs to be catered specifically towards what they find acceptable and what their tastes are. And then they're like, oh, this could have been a skin. This fucking sucks objectively. Like, you can speak subjectively if you want, right? But to try and state things objectively of like, this could have been a skin, it's useless as an SP. It's just not true in my opinion. Exactly. Like, not every single character needs to appeal to someone. They could have easily Nova'd Robin and Avin and give them the summer skins. Yeah, but they make way less money off of that. Like, once again, pigs can fly tomorrow. A billionaire can knock on my door and give me $1 million. But why doesn't he do that, even though he could? Because there's no benefit. They want to make more money. Be realistic. They make less money off beach episodes than cool lower power up, and they still make a fuck ton of money anyways. Not everything needs to be cool lore power up. Oh my god. Like, just let them switch things up a bit. Let them test the waters for once. This is why we have a bajillion gacha games trying to still copy Genshin half a decade later. People are so, like, stuck in this mindset of, like, oh, I'm used to this, so let's keep it this way. Let's not switch anything up at all. Avin will sell? Yeah, Avin had the highest E6 ownership rate in the entirety of Penacony somehow. Despite Acheron having way more sales. I'm assuming for E0 and E2 versions of her. Like, people love Avin. He's still gonna make a good amount of bank. If Ellen was added to HSR, what path would you want her to be? I don't know. She'd probably just be more destruction slop. It is what it is. They will sell, but if they had power-ups, they would have sold more. Have you ever heard the saying, if everyone's a superhero, then no one is super? If every SP is based off of a cool power-up, that will lose its, how should I say this, uniqueness. And people will just expect it in the future, and it'll no longer be something that people find to be surprising or cool. Yeah, also, once again, I already said this, they're still probably going to somehow have relevance and get stronger somehow in this patch. You're saying that they aren't going to get stronger, they aren't going to get a power up solely because they don't have the edgiest SP design possible that completely changes their personality. They want Robin to have broken arms and a robotic mech. like, dude, it's just so fucking annoying. This game does something fresh, something new, for once in its fucking lifetime, and people have to berate on it and say that they don't like it and that it would have been better if it was a skin instead of an SP. Like, come on, let them do something unique, man. Just once. Just let it slide. See how it actually ends up going. Instead of Doom posting before any animations or gameplay are even out. Dark Robin would have been cooler. I'm gonna be honest, if they tried doing a Dark Robin after they already did Evernight, I would have been disappointed as shit. I'm not trying to speak objectively, but after they already pulled it off with Evernight, like less than a year ago, I would have found it really boring if they just did the same shit for Robin. God forbid having opinions. You can have opinions. Oh my god. My issue is with people trying to make objective statements that it would have been better if they were skins and not SPs. And that they don't deserve to be SPs because SPs should apparently only release or happen if there is a in-lore huge character power-up. That is fine. It is your own subjective opinion if you think, oh, I would have preferred it to be a skin. I don't think this is good enough for an SP. Okay. But you're instead trying to like make objective statements that like, oh, this is so much worse. They're going to make way less money. And you're talking about story relevance when their patch isn't leaked. It's not even released, much less leaked, that anything is going to happen in 4.5 with these two characters yet. And people are already coming to conclusions that it fucking blows and that it sucks. This happens every time an SP releases. Every time. Everybody says they're ass. They're recycled. There's barely no difference. This could have been a skin. Every fucking time. And what surprises me the most is like, you're playing a Honkai series game talking about how you think SPs are like recycled or skins. This could have been skins. It's a Honkai game, man. Like, what do you expect? Do you go into a burger joint expecting Alfredo pasta? Do people criticizing the beach skins even know we're going to Astropolis? Well, judging by most of the social media posts I've seen, no. Most people weren't even aware of like what Astropolis was even supposed to be before they started shit talking the skins. They're like, "Oh, what's the purpose of this? It has no lore relevance." But like what I'm getting met with in my chat currently is every character needs to like drastically change and have a drastic like personality difference, outfit different. Like everything needs to be completely different. Like for example, Sparkle to Sparksy or March to Evernight in order for it to be like a peak SP in some of these people's eyes. Which is fine. If that's your own subjective opinion, sure. That's just what you prefer. But like trying to speak objectively on this is just dumb. The same way there's an audience for people who prefer the more edgier designs who completely change a character, there's an audience for people who prefer the more casual stuff. Especially considering HSR once again has never done this. This is completely new on a 3+ year old game. A lot more people are going to be interested than people realize. No, yeah, there's also that. Like, animations can change the way people like certain characters a lot. Which is why I say, just wait, right? There's no story out for this patch yet. In fact, there isn't even story out for fucking 4.4, right? We don't know 4.4's story, much less 4.5's. We don't know their actual animations and how they look in game. Yet people are already talking about it as if they're fucking done with them. But like 99% of the time, especially with HSR, because of its animation quality, people end up switching up every time when the animations come out. Even Yao Guang was just being called like a female Phanon a bit ago. I don't even see that slander anymore. Don't you think M-Blade, Sparksy, and Himiko Nova now look a lot cooler than their base form? No offense, M-Blade SP design isn't anything to go crazy over. In fact, he was one of the most heavily criticized SP designs as of recent. And Himiko? I don't even care about Himiko. I'm just pulling her on my Anoxa account because she's cheap as shit to invest into. I don't find her design to be one of my favorites at all. If M-Blades, like that short little version of M-Blade in his ult, where he has the white hair, and like his body is completely transformed, that I would have found maybe really cool as an SP design. But like, instead, it's much more simple. But that doesn't mean I don't like M-Blade, right? But that's my point. I have my own preferences. Other people have their own preferences. I think this is completely fine. Robin and Avon look completely different in comparison to their original designs. There isn't a shred of similarity at all. The only thing that is retained is their personalities. Oh my god, man, like the idea that not everything in a video game is specifically targeted towards one specific customer is somehow eluding multiple people in my chat, man. I'm sorry that not everything this game releases is completely made for your specific tastes. And that one thing has passed by that you don't like, but other people like. How unfortunate, man. Like, bro, I'm just so sick of this shit, man. It's so insufferable.
This is ridiculous. How come I keep bumping into colleagues?
First time I was mad about a design, that's fine. See, like, that's what I mean. That's what I like to see. You're just saying I don't fuck with it. That's real as shit. But it's people trying to make, like, objective statements. Of like, oh, nobody's gonna pull for this. This is useless. This could have been a skin. Why is this an SP? Oh, it's gonna make no sales. Oh, it's not a lore power-up. Like, that's the shit that bothers me. Just say you don't like it. Just say it's not to your tastes. I much prefer that.
How come I keep bumping into colleagues?
Bikini character, no sales? Yeah, exactly. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if this Robin ends up having higher sales than the last Robin, actually. She has a more appealing design for a lot of the player base now. And she's for a much stronger team than the older one. She might actually surpass her original sales.
This is ridiculous. How come I keep bumping into colleagues?
No way Robin SP can surpass her OG sales. She definitely could. Even if HSR isn't as big. Just because of her design and the team she's made for. We have no idea what her kit is. Well, the person who talked about her original beta kit got Avin's path and as well as element correct. And I believe they got Robin's correct as well. So considering they leaked that shit like months ago, it is to say that the leaked kit is also probably accurate. Meaning Robin is someone who can give action advance to her allies after they've taken enough actions with buffing capability. And Avin is going to be able to have either Elation team or he can be the main DPS of the Fua team. Those are the two most likely case scenarios now since that leaker was right. OG Robin made 100 mil? Why are we lying? Why are we lying? There's no way she had 100 million. 100. I'm pretty sure the only person who hit 100 mil in the entirety of Penacony was Acheron. Even Firefly didn't hit 100 mil. I mean, one, not only is it less than 100 mil, two, that revenue site made fixes to be more accurate like twice after Penacony, which led to lower numbers in comparison to how the older ones show up. Because the older numbers were apparently like overestimating it too much. So you need to keep in mind, well, yes, HSR isn't as popular as it used to. It's just that the fucking, what is it, the sensor tower thing? Like, they've updated twice. to be more consistent and accurate, and it made old numbers go lower across the board. Like Acheron in all likelihood did not make as much as they guesstimated the first time around. I don't know. You just have to wait until the character beta to be definitive on anything of how good Robin is. There's only like a little more than 2 weeks left until we get 4.5 beta anyways. Ugh. HSR has been slowly dying since Yun Lee's patch? No. Just no. Even after the changes to Sensor Tower, I'm pretty sure Cassie still did like 100 million. It just isn't true. To be honest, Cassie might have been competitive with Acheron in terms of sales, if they didn't fix the Sensor Tower to be more accurate. Silverwolf sold less than Fei Xiao? What did I just say? Like 5 times over. Oh my god. They've improved the Sensor Tower like twice to make the numbers more accurate since then. HSR has been slowly dying since 1.0. I mean, technically you're not wrong, but that applies to every game in existence, yeah. Because the peak of almost every single game's player base is on its launch day. What makes the lowest amount and somehow it gets the most improvements over time? You just answered your own reasoning. The less money a gacha makes, the more inspired and motivated they will be to improve their game to make more. Why do you think people glaze ZZZ as like, oh, this is the Hoyo game with the most creative freedom. This is the one that gets the best QOL. This is the one with the least, you know, reliance on certain like this and that. It's because it's their least money making among their recent big three. I thought Zenless was the Prophet. What, among the 3 games? Hell no. No. HSR makes Hoyo the most money. Genshin is a close second, but in reality, I do think Genshin would probably be first if they just released characters more often, probably. So you can make the argument that it goes either way between Genshin and HSR. And then ZZZ is like a fraction in terms of profit for Hoyo in comparison to HSR and Genshin. It easily makes the least. Well, yeah. If you don't care about revenue, then you obviously would have no problems with your game getting more improvements. I'm not at all saying it's a good thing, or I'm trying to glaze a specific game because they make more money, because that shit is just dumb. Even when we consider ZZZ, who is like not as good in comparison to its peers for making profit for Hoyo, they're still consistently making millions, if not tens of millions, every patch, you know, or every month. So it's like, who gives a shit? It's still making enough money to stay alive. And if it's not making enough to the point where devs focus more on improvements to try and make it make more, I mean, you can only be happy as a customer. You know? It's a win-win if you play a game like that. The revenue's good enough, but it's not so great that they'd start slacking off. ZZZ is always 10 to 20 million, which is bad. Timed out again. $10 million being bad. I think what most people don't realize is ZZZ makes more than 10 million a month too on average. The 10 million number is just from Sensor Tower, and Sensor Tower only calculates mobile revenue. They don't even calculate PC and console. So when you include PC and console, it instantly goes up. Like, it makes more money than people realize. But even then, 10 million is enough. Why do you keep Summer here? If he rage baits me enough, in my next couple of streams, he's getting permanently banned. Like, no matter what. I'm in a semi-decent mood today because I took yesterday off, which, of course, gave me more free time. And that's the only reason I'm being slightly lenient today. Otherwise, he would have already been banned. If I streamed yesterday, after how shit of a day I had, he would have gotten instantly banned. How many pulls do you have? Oh, an astronomical amount. I'm basically ready to invest in a new team with this. Share? 790 pulls? True, true. That can get you a lot. What's your revenue prediction? I don't know. I don't look at gacha revenue like that. I haven't really seen like gacha revenue even pop up on like my recommended or for you pages since like Phanon or Cassie. That was the last time. Oh, no, no, no. I did see a revenue thing about Silverwolf, I think. And that was the last time I saw it on Reddit. Because Reddit just put it on my thing. Yeah, because it's like, I don't care, bro. Like, I don't care if they make 50 million off of Silverwolf. I don't care if they make fucking 40, 50 million off of Robin SP. Like, they make more than enough money. I don't care. They're just gonna keep releasing characters anyways. How OP is E2 Don Hung and Himiko? Honestly, zero clue. Like, I'm gonna be honest, even though I'm pulling for Himiko on my Anoxa account, as I was saying a bit earlier, I really just don't care about Himiko Nova. It's more so of a meta pull. I haven't looked into her enough, outside of like some zero cycle clears, which most are sustainless. But it should be quite strong, I imagine. I can say that at least. Is it worth pulling Don Hung E2 on his rerun instead of Himiko? No. I would never go for E2 Don Hung at this point, I think. Because they haven't even released the 2 new sustains that should release for this version. And we're starting to near the halfway point for this version as well. Like, these new sustains, I don't know why they're hiding them, but I get the feeling their only chance to make a sustain team work is probably Silverwolves, but then you have something like M-Blade that exists. So I think there might be a huge upscale in the strength of the newer sustains to, like, even if they can't match sustainless, to be able to come closer to that level for a lot of teams. How many pulls can someone get from Amfo? No clue. Maybe
My childhood musings.
80, 90, 80? I'll go with 80. If you do all the main quests and you like do the overworld, excuse me, the overworld stuff, maybe like 80.
Checked off the list.
They might have just slowed power creep down enough. Never fall for that conspiracy theory. Every time someone thinks power creep is slowing down, it's always like the first few patches of a new version. Because like the teams aren't finished. So people mistake it for, oh, they're slowing down the power creep. Don't fool yourself. Do not fool yourself. I mean, it is just a warning. Like, in reality, you'll obviously still be able to use PT and Hyacine. The same way Huo Huo has aged quite well. But, my point stands. I think the new sustains are going to be a lot stronger. Even seeing Himiko, she doesn't look like she destroys Mono Rem. Yeah, but Himiko is using free teammates, while Mono Rem is all made with specifically crafted perfect synergy. on every teammate with optimal vertical investment. When you look at it from that perspective, you can just tell if any of these new teams get after sales, it's over. Not literally, because you'll still be able to clear, but yeah, I've already talked about it a bit before with my own community. Fate mains are the most annoying people ever because they're like, oh, my Saber got treated so badly. Oh, it sucks. It's a Fate character. Their vertical investment sucks. But like when you really deep it, these Fate characters unironically have more longevity than 90% of the HSR characters in this game now. Every year, you get a free either support, like new teammate for these teams, or you can add on another Eidolon, something really good like E1 Gilga for Saber, right? And they also keep getting new teammates every single year. So they get indirect buffs, they get direct buffs every year with new Fate releases. And they also give you like one free cost for either team every single year that you can choose from. Meanwhile, you have I mean, tell me how Yun Li is doing, bro. Tell me how Yun Li is doing.
How come I keep bumping into Polly?
Don't talk about my goat. My E2 Yun Li will never be crept. She'll come back. I wish, man, I wish. I need Yun Li to come back. I don't think she'll ever get a Nova, though. If she does... time to invest. Yun Li waiting for the counter meta? Alright, chat. I'm gonna end the stream here. Hope you all have a great day. Hope you all have a great night. Sorry about my family's going to sleep. And peace out.